Hey there, Gemini. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that little subscribe button down below. It is free as always. And if you would like to be notified anytime I post new videos, ring that little bell out beside it and they will let you know. Also, share these videos because you care. Get it out there, give it a thumbs up. Put in a playlist. Any button that you touch down there, down below, helps YouTube know that, hey, somebody might want to see this, and they send it out to people who would never have an opportunity to find it otherwise. The important thing about that is these are energy channels. They're here provided to help come in alongside your dreams, your true heartfelt dreams, the things that satisfy your belly and give you fulfillment and cause you to sleep well at night and to rest easy and to dream a new dream, okay? Imagine that happening to more and more people. When people are well fed, their souls are satisfied, guess what they don't do? Bicker, argue, fight, compete, all those sort of things. And I don't mean, like sports competition. I'm talking about like boom, head to head, that type of, that is mine, step off, all that type of, snatty attitude. I don't even know. But just to say, everybody, I love you. Number one, Gemini. I had been put off all day from starting these. And I'm like, they said you will wait till the sun goes down. I'm like, oh, okay, what is this about? And it wasn't really wait. It was get ready. And this was showing up. That's why they said, Joy, you need to go back and you've got to watch the November 8th through 14th read. Hey, if that's pricking your ear, go watch it. I mean, these are all timeless reads. That's a timed read, but it's energy and it's coming from the eternity and the heart of everlasting joy, right? So they are still medicine, irregardless of what date you watch these. But this card was showing up in that read. This isn't about opening the door, about shutting the door and now opening it again. It's about moving on and moving forward with your life, being done with that old chapter. And that chapter is like a saga. It's not a chapter in a book. It's like a sector of chapters. It's being able to file that and put away and to leave that planet is what he's talking about. We ain't leaving Saturn. We're stepping into Saturn. We're leaving some of this earth, this little bit of earth behind here. Some of that thing that is heavy and can cast shadows and cause overtuning of the dials and the knobs that you have when really he's wanting to pull you down to your heart. Gemini. So he says, get ready. Get ready for what? To be illuminated top to bottom. Some of you, this is definitely a relationship because that means what you're talking about way down there all the way up to here. And it's like, yeah, I give my permission because all your golden is flying up around your head, making you look all fine, radiant, and shiny. Now, with that being said, I want to show you what happened with Big Papa. Big Papa's talking this week. Remember last week he was showing up with his inference, with his presence, to come alongside and to partner with us and to reiterate and to change the tune of how we've been perceiving him, how we've been taught to think he's a totalitarian and disciplinarian and a rule setter and you must and you have to and you got it and you got it. He's like, he's all the sauce I didn't know. He rules my sign of Capricorn. Very playful, raunchy sense of humor. I mean, talk about wit and perception. You sit back and you observe what he's observing. You will have a dialogue of the heart without ever opening your mind. Your mind, without ever batting an eye or opening your mouth, right? Because he is from the language of the heart, because he absolutely adores and loves you. Now, Gemini, that is very prevalent in your read here, because when I did that read, afterwards, the cards got filed away, even though I knew Big Papa said he wanted to talk this week, Big Daddy Saturn, right? And I looked for him and I'm like, where is he? He was gone. Well, there had been this drawing that he had me do, an energy channel. Hang on. As I dive off the camera. And it was this one. And I knew that was a flashlight and I was thinking about him, but I don't decide what I want to draw. I just follow energy. I follow bands of light and it turns into ink on the page. And then when I was done, he put in the words, he said, see where I go from here. And I was like, what? So when he disappeared, the energy body of the lightning man was left here. And I was like, you didn't leave us your energy body. You are practical, pragmatic, tactical. That's coming into the third plane here of heaven on earth. That's what we're wanting. That's what we desire, is that fulfillment, that satisfaction. Where'd you go? And then he took my mind's eye over to that and I went, oh. He said, you're going to come find me. you're going to come find me in the deck, and you're going to find out my story for each of the signs and what I'm reading and what I have to say to them, because he was going down deep. If you watch the Magic Monday, he goes down deep to extract and bring back the living water, your truth. Your success, your prosperity, all of it. It's the whole thing. It goes beyond the beingness of like manifestation and laws of attraction, which take your consciousness to fire up into work and all that. And it can alter and throw things off of balance, as opposed to coming into your amness, that living water rising up to where you just goldness, you just glowing, you the sauce. I mean, everything draws to that light, everything good and worthy and kind and fulfilling and timely opportunities. Okay. So anyways, your story is this: 57, 15, 62. I don't know. Is that the combination to your luck? Here he is, straight up in the middle of your heart, Gemini. And he wanted me to tell you, because you let him in your heart, you get the blessing. Not only do you get the blessing, because you let him in your heart, you get the double blessing. Okay. And he was explaining that, well, he was demonstrating it to me of what the double blessing is. And when we back up to, maybe it was Capricorn's read, but whatever it was, is missed opportunities, things of the past that we missed in life, that we missed out on and had to go through hard journeys or hard lessons or whatever. He's like, I was always there. I was always picking the luggage up off of the luggage rack at the airport for you if you missed it. And I've stored it away as your gifts. These are dreams of your heart, desires of your heart, not of your mind, which can be fleeting or flickering or based on whatever perception or generational vibrations go on the planet at the time. He's like, no, the real genuine stuff, the real you. The real footprint, fingerprint, straight up you, your heart and your mind, all synergized here, vibrating at the same level to where you stabilize and you come into your truth. He said how this demonstrates itself is his gift to you is Mercury. He said those gifts that he had collected all this time are the dust that orbits his planet. They're his rings. You're never not on his mind. You were always front and center in his mind. He thinks of you all the time. He loves and adores you and is working on your behalf all the time. He is the great creator. The creator of the human experience. Okay? The one that wants to extract and effuse the most pleasure from your you-ness, your amness of who you are, that you are inundated, that you awaken both desires and you quench the desire, that you are the honey in the honeycomb. I'm like, hello. Now she's like, I am. And I'm like, girl, oh, yes, you are. And she's like, ooh, I like that. I kind of like the way that feels. Man or woman, whoever's here, Gemini, this is you. Okay? That is you expressing yourself. Breast exposed, heart open, straight through in all the trinity of layers, because our chakras operate in 3 layers, just like the mind came from the unconscious, the subconscious, and the conscious mind. There were these parts that were beyond our perception that we weren't even aware. We are 3D, right? Did you know that? Well, they showed me that with our energy as well. And he's going to compress it and to bring it into its fullness and into its wholeness, into scope, so that it stabilizes and it enters your world as what? The double blessing. Now back to Mercury. That's Big Papa's gift to you. The goldenest speech, the Gabriel language, the sounding of the trumpet, the beautiful voice, the tenor, the tone, the timbre, everything. Hello, I take my upgrade right there. I receive it. Big Papa, just right now. Who that about choked me up? I don't know who that got on the other side of that lens, but that got you. You like sucked it all back up in yourself and you're like, what? Yes. Yeah. Okay. This isn't malfunctioning Mercury, mischievous Mercury, mayhem Mercury. No, this is Mercury. He said, we will always work together from here on out with you. We are going to stabilize it, and there'll be no fluctuating. We will forever and always be synergizing. Hang on. Hopefully there's some refreshment up in here for me. Always synergizing. And it's his gift to your sun. Because what he said is Mercury moves around the sun, just like his thoughts move around his planet for you. They are in conjunction here to align your trine. Okay. Align your trine. I don't know. I thought this was a drum, but straight up holding some Mercury and some Venus up in there. Mercury, Venus, Earth. Dang. Everything between you and the sun. Everything between you and the sun. And here's what's wild. As I went to dig through the deck for him, I didn't even realize that where I was going through, it's so thick, y'all. I'm going through so many trying to find him and just having to peel one off at a time. And this is what was sitting over here just in the middle of where I read. And he's like, this is what we're going to go through. And I'm like, no, please. If y'all watched the blue moon, it was so thick, rich, full, mysterious, all that. And he said, get ready, Joy. Get ready. I said, yes, sir. Okay. Big Papa, when it seems like he's being rough and tough, he has a trick up his sleeve. Remember, he is naughty. He is ruckus. He is rebellious. I don't know what y'all think that's all Uranus. He is like, who do you think trained that planet? And I'm like, I know. Smokey and the Bandit here. He said, yes, I did. And I've pulled it off quite well so that y'all think otherwise, so that no one would be looking to me for this, because I've tuned the streams all out where we're all synergizing. We're all coming together so that it creates a rich, full sound for you. There's a definite split going on right here. The ancient ones, the sacrifice in the earth. The ancient ones, the sacrifice and the earth. All right. So he's showing me that the planes of Mercury, Venus, and Earth carry like grooves in a record. They carry, well, you could call it Akashic records. You could call it that type of information. He's going, that is what is all around his mind, his mindsets. As we are moving into, okay, gotcha. We're clearing it now. He's wielding his sword. He's like whipping it out, ready to slice it off. I'm like, whoo, yes. You got your swawad. Michael is a collective of angels. Okay, when it ends in EL or IL, that is a gathering of them, like cells in our body. Talk about a troop. Oh, wow. Really? So their information, the imprint that we've made on the earth needs to be cleared. Needs to be cleared of, okay, the last 200 years as we're moving forward into this new era of air, okay? That's starting in December as he transitions into Aquarius. He is going to transition into the vibration of plasma. Plasma is the state that as we think or feel, that is what we bequeath. That is what comes into our field, into our, I would say our being, but our world. All right. And that's going to express itself there. Let me see. I don't even know how they're moving all this, but that's number one. Check. Oh, look at that love up in the sauce. Yes. So examining a deeper look, because that's showing like when he's drawing back, this is what we're scoping in on. We're scoping in on that isn't just an eagle. That is a falcon. That is a deep flyer. When they were talking about the deep flyer, they were talking about the lower world. This is the part of you, the eye of you inside. He's talking about that has gone into the depths of the world, into the serpent. Well, birds and reptiles were seen to be related when they discovered dinosaurs, right? Because they had the hollow bones. Highest heights, deepest depths. From creeping across the earth on your belly. Ooh. The warming of the earth, the full information, the full extraction, the knowledge in your belly. So we're clearing your belly now. The belly of the snake. The belly of your genetic reader. It's almost like if you put something inside a scanner, and you know, it's not like a photocopier. Sorry, y'all, I got hair going everywhere. Like a photocopier, you press it and it scans it, doesn't, it shoots out a new one. The reason we didn't know this was here on our bellies, on our sun, because our belly is our sun. That's what he's like, and in order to get it to rise up, we've got to clear it off, and that is what I'm clearing off here. He's like, there's going to be a little bloodshed. There's going to be a little bit of tears. How do I know? Look, because we're dealing with your unfounded fears. They're unfounded because you didn't even know where the F that came from. They were coming from here, the collective fears of generations upon the earth. And generations aren't these named things that we're doing, people. Generation is the pulsing, kind of like bees. When honeybees go back to a hive, they'll vibrate and they'll move, communicating, doing a dance, a rhythm, so that all the other bees know where they found that pollen, where they found the golden road, the honey stash, that type of thing. And so that has been the vibe going on the earth. And matter of fact, the earth is slightly out of balance by like 0.14 right now, and is waiting for this shift and change, is longing for the sons and the daughters of Big Papa, Big Daddy, to come on in here and spread the sauce. Awaken our power, clear our belly. Okay, Michael? Clear our belly from this imprint and this information, those old vibrations that have gone in. That's part of why there is so much sickness. I'm not going to turn against technology. You know, y'all, we're moving in a directive. We're moving with this presence of the air and the spirit aligning. They are upgrading our body, okay? So if you tuned into, was it the Magic Monday or is it one coming up? It is talking about our new body coming in. So they're tuning us up and getting us ready for that. But it's also that those two have been in conflict because we had those old grooves, that old record, that old soul song playing that kept us trapped and suppressed and oppressed and like connected in that way. And y'all, that's intimate. A snake with the earth is like the kiss, another set of lips on your face kissing you. It's all sucked up there together, transmitting information, transmitting breath, DNA, the breathing and the humming of the earth. And it was programmed by these. And we're not just talking about the delightful ancient ones. We're talking about those low vibrational energies, the collective fears, the collective, how many wars have gone through, how much bloodshed happened, especially if you were here in North America. How much greed and an extraction of the earth for industrialization. Nothing against any of those things. Okay, because I will tell you, our continent cried the day the railroad fully connected across. That is what broke it. It broke it. So we're looking to restore with these new facets of energy. How? By letting our bodies be cleared, letting our empowerment rise up to our mind, that we synergize body, mind, and soul. Okay, the whole. We operate in the whole. So with that, we begin to take flight. Okay, because see their wings reiterating, and we've cleared, and now we're needing to talking about project through from Earth into Venus. Okay, Venus, what are we going to do? Okay, thank you. It's funny how they'll use your life experience to speak. You see that right up in there. I know what it looks like. Don't you even go there, people. You can, but on your own time. Right now, we're going to talk about something else. So that's also very similar to what is inside the throat. Like my younger son had to have his throat scoped all the time because he had every form of sleep apnea and undiagnosable. And so they'd have to go in to see, did the size of his throat grow or change, because he could just die in the middle of the night and quit breathing and all that. Well, it looks very similar to this. So imagine that we're looking down through the throat of life. We're looking down through your open chamber. Oh, Saturn's opening the gate to move on through. We need to move on through into Venus. But it goes through Venus. We're going to pass through Venus, gathering those collective energies. And you're talking about the rainbow light. It's the world, the love connection. Okay. And not just like kissy, here's my boyfriend, here's my girlfriend, here's my husband, here's my wife, here's my whoever, whatever, all that. They're talking about the rainbow connection. Okay, Jim Henson, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Fa la la la. Thank you, Kermit. Thank you, Kermit, for bringing on in, you know, the humble frog who was sitting there, okay, because Jim Henson, he did grow up around the swamps and in the Delta of Mississippi, which is where I grew up. And look how colorful he became. He brought us Sesame Street. He brought us the Muppet Show. He brought us things like that allowed our mind to exist in the imagination realm, to stay connected, to stay. Oh, he's getting intense now. He's like, girl, keep opening it, keep pressing, stretch it, let that cervix dilate, let it open up. I'm like, oh no, okay. So talking about that, because it was so unfounded and ungrounded in these, you know, tactile, touchable type entities and energies, it would allow the truth to permeate. It would allow the full vibration of love to come on in. Okay? That was his creativity. That's how he entered in. See, that's the power of his wings. All right? And the wings are the balance of the mind, y'all. There's this bone inside of our head which has wings, and it can't be touched from the outside, but boy, you change it one way or the other, and you change the pressure, and there's no lining up, no way for him to pass through you into the earth and all the way back up to bring you that double blessing, to bring you out from this extraction point. But that makes your tongue sweet, your speech pure, and not just words that come out. Remember, it's the thoughts that activate our amnios as well. It is in our comings, goings, and doings. And he says, in his comings, goings, and doings too. He said, and I would like to come through you, go through you, live through you, operate through you, and show you my feelings for you, show you my prosperity, my blessings, my protection, my vision, my clarity, the thing that removes all projection. When the sun and the moon align, which he's already been working on turning that in the sky, which it did happen on the blue moon, by the way. And now he's wants to move the Fool, the pure gossamer string butterfly Fool of the Mary L. And he's wanting to move it on through there. Okay, now she's exalting and lifting up. Now she's exalting and lifting up, and we've begun to move the cosmos and the wheel in the heart of all creation, the creator itself. He's showing me this is his heart outside his body. Then why are you in this state and in this form, in this spirit form that takes us way back? Thousands of years to what? Oh. So now we're no longer on our y'all, both sides itching at once. I'm like, oh, whew, rabbit energy. Talk about low to the earth, but fertile. Okay, we are now separated and cleared from the earth. That serpent energy, Michael has been successful at moving us through that, because remember, these are energy sessions. You don't have to understand or know. If your spirit's buzzing, humming, and vibing, and you're resonating, and you're feeling it, and other things are clicking and popping, that's the unique thing about your spirit. Okay, and your guides is pure and devoted to you, and it knows what you're walking through and how to align these to your pure, perfect truth. Okay. Not what's going on here, not what I'm saying, but what you hear and what you're receiving, what they're saying unto you, okay? So that's what's going on there, and that's why he is in this form. But now I know, because the rabbit's there, and that's fertility and reproduction and like conduction and like some connection and like body parts and all that kind of stuff. Not my business, okay? So with that, they're telling me to get one of these. We have blossoming abundance. I mean, they come creeping off the stack, y'all. While I'm talking, I'm not even touching them. Like, I have some over here on this side that need to talk in a minute. That brings in the blossoming abundance, your clear vision. That's the gossamer string eye. Okay, so he's talking about the Fool isn't just this channel here. It's the channel of the eye. The pure vibration, the dilation of the pupil opening up to the fullness, the full spectrum of love. Y'all, can you imagine? That's my heart. I've always dreamt of joy to the world. I didn't know I'd be on YouTube and that. I just thought I'd talk person to person for the rest of my life, which is what I've always done, about love and about appreciating ourselves and seeing our truth and all that kind of thing. But he's talking about being able to see clearly, see with that eye. Retuning and rehabbing and reinventing our eye. Seeing the world with color, not black and white. Not yours and mine, not this and that. And I'm not talking about communism and socialism and all that. That's neither here nor there. I'm talking about the human condition, y'all. Humanity, you know what I'm saying. We walk outside and the sky is blue or white or gray or silver. And the leaves are green or brown or orange or yellow. I mean, really? He's like, yes. Now you're speaking my language in my heart. He said, now you've opened my heart. Now you've entered my heart, my realm. And where does it end? She's all like, remember, this is you, Gemini. This is you, like, yes. Spread some sauce on that. So opening the heart, we have the earth coming on in. Remember, we're blowing past that dust. We're blowing past the screen. If any of you have seen The Wizard of Oz, he's behind a curtain, but he's projecting his head upon the screen. The one who knows all, bees all, does all, whatever. Everybody says the great Oz, and he's in there all alone forever and ever, because people would know the truth. If they knew the truth, he was pigeonholed into that role also. Okay? Just like you were. We bumped our heads. We landed here. We forgot. Oops, I asked for that situation. I divined this. I divined that. You know, I decided how I was going to look, who my parents were going to be, where I was going to land on this planet. All that good old stuff, right? And he's wanting to clear that away, because look at that reiteration. Remember? Talk about tongues. Ooh, baby. So that your third eye can speak truth of what it sees. It's going to speak the truth that comes from beyond, the cosmotic truth. That's what this cyan is, what this turquoise, the language of turquoise, the language of the spirits, the spirit realm, the spirit world, and that brings in the blade. That brings in, I could say, the narrowing of the channel, but you know, like cats or dragons, when they begin to, the light comes in, that pupil begins to get smaller, right? So that it can take in the light and not burn out the retina, not burn out that space of completion that we made over here, but to honor it and be holy with it, to be in synergy with it, and to reduce it down to practical, tangible bites, to bring it in, the bits and pieces that allows it to particleize the wave. Okay, it's incoherent so that it doesn't burn, so that it doesn't destroy, and it doesn't maim. It brings it in so that the body can absorb it. It softens it, and it brings it in with receptivity. And here's Michael going, that was my idea. I'm like, ooh, sugar baby. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. And here, remember Venus that we move through, okay? Venus is now, you are charged and live with color. You're moving forth, you're plowing through, and no longer having to take it on the face or on the nose or on the cheek or on the chin. You literally have this protective layer that charges and brings it through, like the splitting of the air. Just like a boat. Sorry, y'all, I don't know the technical terms, but the pointy little front part, is that the prow, the bow, the something? I don't know. It splits the waters so that the rest of the boat doesn't take a beating. That's what this divine spirit is doing here. It's leading the call. It's leading the love call. It's leading the heart. All right. For a lot of you, that's men. Okay. Men are of the heart, and that's where you're being restored, because y'all are like, we have lost our place on earth. We don't even know what is acceptable or how to behave. So we can't even act out in our strengths anymore. We're just like these repressed people going around, when we're really, our spirit, our heart's wanting to open up and to be free and to be fully expressive in the unseen realms. And that, y'all, I'm not talking about sex here. I'm talking about when that instinct arises, being able to walk and talk on it, right? To protect, to defend, to do some of those things. So I don't know, we're just stepping there, just saying it. Oh, the thinking, man. You don't know what to think, what to do. There's become such a great divide that you're like stuck in the chasm in between. Okay, so that's coming in with the rainbow. Oh, fire giveaway and the spiral. Hold on. So we're stirring up some Mars, y'all, poking Mars, and that would be true, okay? Because Mars is wrapping up that retrograde right now. Mars has our back. Mars is the fire, and my moon and my Mars kiss. I mean, they're less than 1 degree apart in the sign of Taurus. So talk about stirring up some stuff and putting your foot in. I guess that's why they haven't me do it. And they're like, it's firing up this combustion image. This combustion image. These old things. They're talking mysteries now. Okay, so it's not for us to understand, but it's for me to speak. And it lifts back up the pure heart, the pure mind, the pure thinking, the pure understanding, the moving from the freedom of the gifts. Moving from the freedom of the gifts, because we all have gifts, y'all. Remember, if we step into color and step away from black and white, we step away from male and female. Not that male doesn't exist, female doesn't exist, but we're not sitting there just focused on it. Because if we're focused on it, guess what we're not focused on? We're not focused on Big Papa, the color of life, the creation, all that there is, all the freedom that is there. We're sitting there and we've been narrowing down for some time, acting like a bunch of light is coming in when really it's been a bunch of darkness. It's been a bunch of darkness because we are the light. And now we need to level up into that new knowledge, because where we're ignorant, there is darkness, because we can only grow as much as we know. All right. Because if we don't know what we know, then we don't know how to go. Right. That's what they're saying. And she's all holding it up, giving the gift of knowledge, like giving this gift of wisdom unto us about our Mars. And they're talking about Mars and Mercury. About our Mars and Mercury. So what she's doing, Mars and Mercury, weaving us back into this lower world. There it is, that tongue of fire showing up again. And this time it's the cosmic heart. The cosmic heart that causes the hearts of the planet to beat in unison, to synchronize. To synchronize, not sterilize, to synchronize, y'all. And when that begins to happen, the symphony, the new song, the streams are going to begin to come. And that's what he's got his eye on and he's waiting for. He's like, I'm in charge of this. So y'all just listen. He's like, I'll know when it's time. I'm going to speak to you about it. And so over here, I've got a dream card come in. Eight of Pentacles. He's totally in tune with the heartbeat, the writing on the wall. I don't know if y'all can see that there. Okay. Like on the lampshade. On that scroll, on that shade, on that vision of your mind, coming from this underworld to bring the dark into the light. Because dark is where the images are developed, and to bring it into the light. All. It's going to be double, triple, quadruple, quadrillia, duple, la. I don't know the word for that. It's going to be jubileed. All right. All the layers put on there, all the colors of the rainbow, everyone, all the fullness of love, the full spectrum, the full divining, the collection of the dust around his planet in the rings of Mercury's movement around the sun, coming into conjunction and alignment with Venus and Earth. That's wild. That's wild. And then he says beyond and beyond, to infinity and beyond. That's what they were talking about here with the giveaway in the fire. To infinity and beyond, to restore us back in our connection, our full alignment. To Saturn, because that's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Saturn is the last planet that we can see with the naked eye. Okay, so that's going to do with our visible world, and it's going to take us off into the lower world, the invisible world, the world beyond, where we have Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Okay, those are conditions like larger, bigger conditions of the world, of hidden things, of fields and landmines and things like that. Okay. So, Gemini, if that was not a mouthful, and there's even more, babe. There's so much more to come, but they know what is here. They know about the divine order and the foundation that's being built and being laid for this, because this is the double 44 of all that you've been through, all that's been sacrificed. That's what he has his eye on. That's when he's been working towards. And some of these things that sounded like code and mystery, your guides, your angels, they all know, and they're programmed now. They're programmed now in the business of what to do and go about and handle for you. Okay? You got a bunch of secretaries happening right now. Rabbits, runners, right? People who go out and get this and that and bring it all together and synergize to you. So they're saying, take it easy, relax. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together and breathe and know that you are on my mind. That I think of you all the time. Okay? All the time. All the time. No more worries, friend. No more staying up late. Be done with that. Be done with that, Gemini. Okay? Hey, leave your comments down below. Let me know what's going on the other side of that lens. Give it a thumbs up. Share, save to a playlist. Any of those to stir up some YouTube with joy to the world. Let's make our world a joyful, colorful place. All right? Set in with the tongues of fire, the color of love. Right, baby? Check back in with me soon. Love you. Bye.